خلصت. برافو عليك، برافو عليك. الحمد لله على السلامة. الحمد لله على السلامة. الحمد لله على السلامة. أهلا وسهلا. الحمد لله على السلامة. الحمد لله على السلامة. الحمد لله على السلامة. ازيك يا مصطفى؟ اهلا الحمد لله على السلامة. عمرو اهلا وسهلا. الحمد لله على السلامة. سوري يا جماعة. سوري. عمرو ازيك يا مصطفى؟ الحمد لله على السلامة. اهلا وسهلا. اهلا بالله. بص الحمد لله على السلامة. الحمد لله على السلامة. الحمد لله على السلامة. عندنا 28 اهلي بالله. السلامة. الاسكالية بقى في المنظمة الاسكالية كده يلا. الحمد لله على السلامة.
Mr. Ambassador, Mr. Chairman, Mayor McCallion, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toronto Pearson. On behalf of Toronto Pearson, I am delighted to be here today to officially welcome Egyptair to Toronto. This is a tremendously exciting day for Toronto Pearson. It is really wonderful to come out to the airport to see another tail at our terminal and to see a new destination on our FID screens. And this is because the introduction of a new service is more than merely a commercial relationship between an airport and an airline. This really represents a bridge between two peoples and two countries, in this case, Canada and Egypt, and more particularly, Toronto and Cairo. This will lead to new opportunities with respect to trade, tourism, and cultural exchanges. Through its Star Alliance partner Air Canada, Egyptair will be able to offer passengers service from all parts of Canada to Egypt, as well as more than 18 destinations in Africa, 21 destinations in the Middle East, and 7 destinations in the Far East. This is great news for Canadians, as it is also great news for Egyptians to come to Canada to explore our country. We are pleased that this direct service being offered 4 times a week to passengers to and from Toronto and is a cause for celebration for Egyptair, our airport, and cities that are being served from this airport. Now, Toronto Pearson is an airport that was built to accommodate this kind of growth and this kind of traffic. We have rebuilt the airport and have made an investment both in the future of our city, but also in the airlines that serve this airport. This is clearly seen in the infrastructure that you see around you, and we're thrilled that Egyptair has chosen Toronto Pearson to take advantage of what we can to offer. Thank you to Egyptair for choosing Toronto, and on behalf of the Greater Toronto Airports Authority and all who work at Toronto Pearson, we wish you the best of luck, the most greatest success out of Toronto Pearson, and for now and for many years to come. Congratulations, welcome Toronto, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Toby. At this time, I'd like to call upon Mayor Hazel McCallion, the Mayor of Mississauga, to offer remarks. Mayor McCallion.
Well, good morning, everybody. Mr. Ambassador, the captain of the fleet that flew the plane here, by the way, right? Can you imagine? I just love to fly a plane. Too old now. Anyway, this is a very, very welcome service to the Greater Toronto International Airport. You know, you are in Mississauga, by the way, right here. So I just want you to know that. And I'd like to welcome you to the Greater Toronto area. We have a lot of Egyptians living in the Greater Toronto area, and especially Mississauga. So this service is going to be excellent. I'm very proud of this airport and the accomplishments that have been made over the years. It is really one of the leading airports in the world now, and they want to become a very global airport, and this addition of the Egyptian Airlines is just another step in that direction. And so I have a lot of Coptic people that live in Mississauga, and Father Angelus is here this morning with us. Where's Father? Yeah, he's with us here this morning. And I can assure you the Egyptians that have chosen Mississauga as their home are very valuable citizens. They are so committed, they are very professional, they work hard, and they are very proud to be Canadians of Egyptian background. And so this morning I joined with Toby Lennox and the airport management here to say welcome to the Egyptian Airlines. I've been to Egypt. I was the guest of the ambassador, the lady ambassador of a few years ago. She invited me to visit Egypt. I had a sail on the Nile River. What a beautiful, beautiful. You know, Egypt is such a great country. It has such historic. I remember meeting with the Minister of Government Relations there, and he said, when you visit Egypt, you walk on history. They haven't even discovered yet all the history that can be discovered in the great country of Egypt. So here again, we're joining Canada with Egypt in a much closer relationship, as Toby says, so that the people can fly both ways. Canadians fly over to see that beautiful, historic country, one of the most historic countries in the world, and for the Egyptians to fly into Canada. Quite different to Egypt, but very, very special, very beautiful, with more modern history, etc. So today is a very special day for this airport, a very special day for Canada, that we are now joining with 4 flights a week to Egypt. I just wish I had the time to visit Egypt again. You can't see it in 2 weeks. You need 6 months to look at Egypt. So welcome to Egyptian Airlines. I wish you every success, and I know that you won't have a vacant seat on any flight from Toronto to Egypt and the reverse. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor McCallion, for those wonderful words. At this time, I'd like to call upon Ambassador Nasser Hamdi. He's the president of the Egyptian Tourist Authority, to come up and say a few words. Ambassador.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today, Mrs. Mayor, Mrs. Toby. I just want to take from what you just said that the flights will be completely full. This is what I'm looking forward, and that's why is the purpose of my visit on this flight is to promote Egypt and vice versa for the Canadian. The flight was almost full on our coming, so we want to work together to promote Egypt and Canada at the same time. And I hope that this direct flight will facilitate the business and the traveling. And Canada, we are welcome in Egypt, and we are looking forward to see you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador. At this time, we are now like to hear from Mr. Wael Abu El-Mad. He is the ambassador of Egypt.
Mayor McCallion, Mr. Lennox, distinguished guests and visitors from Egypt, dear passengers taking the maiden flight back to Cairo. It's a distinct pleasure for me to be with you today to witness the inauguration of this first Egyptair flight, direct flight from Toronto to Cairo. As ambassador of Egypt in Canada, all aspects and all sides of the relationship are very important to me, and we try to move them forward. But I cannot think of a more important area to move forward on than the people-to-people relations. People-to-people relations are best served through this direct flight. Egypt is going through an evolution of sorts, and everybody's involved, and there's political interest and economic interest. And I think the best way for people to better understand, to better be part of this transformation that we're going through on the multiplicity of areas that they can be part of, is to actually get on a plane and go there and see for themselves. Egypt is a very vast land. It's a very dynamic land. It is a very alive country. You will see that, those of you going right now. The media will cover and expose what's happening on the political level, but you will go and see the dynamism, the joviality of the people, how they're enjoying life still despite many difficulties that we're going through. So it's always a tough act to follow the mayor speaking about Egypt. In this case, I can just add to her remarks. I was commenting that she has in her constituency a little bit more Egyptians than many mayors in Egypt, but she's doing a tremendous job. We're very proud of the Egyptian community living here. I, as ambassador, am particularly fortunate to have this number of outstanding Egyptian Canadians, I should say, building, contributing, raising the Egyptian flag, and representing Canada back home in Egypt as well. So we're very proud of all of them, each and every one of them, and we look forward to many others taking these flights, going to Egypt, seeing what's going on in Egypt for themselves, and coming back and telling people to go and enjoy the wonders of Egypt. I thank you all for being with us today, and once again, this is a very emotional moment for all of us. It's an important day. Many people in the tourism industry have been waiting for this moment for years and years and years. So it is a significant moment in the history of Egyptair, but also for Egyptian-Canadian relations. So we're very grateful to each and every person, every individual that's contributed to having this dream come true at this day and time. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Ambassador. Lastly, I'd like to invite Captain Roshdi Zakaria, the Chairman and CEO of Egyptair, to the podium, please.
Good morning, everybody. Mayor McKellen, Mr. Toby Lennox, Ambassador Nasser, Ambassador Weil, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you to this important and historic event with the inauguration of the direct service of Egyptair between Cairo and one of Canada's largest cities, Toronto. This is one of the reasons that encouraged Egyptair to operate this strategic route, which will form a second focal point with North America, especially that Egyptair operates daily direct service to New York and the US. This step ensures Egyptair's keen on enhancing the cooperation, ties, and bilateral relations between Egypt and Canada, which will of course help in booming the mutual commercial and tourism volume between the two countries, and shall help the Egyptian and Arab communities in Canada connecting to their hometowns. Our dear guests, we would like to seize this opportunity to call our Canadian friends to visit Egypt during the current summer season on board our newest direct service between Toronto and Cairo in order to visit Egypt's top leisure destinations and connect to more than 80 cities around the world through Egyptair-wide network. Moreover, it's my pleasure to declare our deepest care of executing the ambitious plan of our network expansion through operating a number of new routes, reaching many new destinations around the globe. This expansion plan comes within the plan of Egyptian Ministry of Civil Aviation to turn Cairo Airport into a hub, as Egyptair exerts much efforts for enhancing their role as Cairo Airport is the main gateway to the African continent, and it is a contact point with Asia, Europe, and North America. Eventually, I would like to thank all of you for your keenness on the continuation of the cooperation efforts making Egyptair a success in holding Egypt's flag around the world, which was crystallized one day with joining the world's biggest and largest airline alliance, Star Alliance, which includes 27 members, airliners, reaching 1,329 cities in 194 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, without your cooperation today would not have been a success. I'm looking forward to further developing the relationship, and at the end, I would like to extend my warmest thanks to all of you and everyone who were behind this achievement, and please enjoy the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Captain. On behalf of the Greater Toronto Airports Authority and Toronto Pearson, thank you to Egyptair and congratulations on your new service. Before we conclude the event, I would like to call upon Toby Lennox to present a gift to Egyptair, and I understand Egyptair would like to do the same. If I could ask our guests to join us on stage as we do the ribbon and cake cutting ceremony.
Careful. Put it this way. You wouldn't get these on the It's very small. Want to come and join us on that? Make sure that we. I think so. All set? There we go. Thank you. One, two, let's do it.